Hi there, it's Lori from Lollipop Paper and Ink. Thanks so much for joining me today for our Wednesday Facebook Live. I have a really cute bundle, a surprise bundle. It has so many different aspects to it, and so I wanted to show you sort of the mechanics of how to get through each of the pieces, and then show you some samples, because I kind of went to town looking creating yesterday with this bundle. It's called the Merriest Moments bundle. But let me just check, make sure that I am on our page where I should be. If you're joining us, yep, I'm here. Thank you. I see somebody's here. So we're just going to give a few minutes just for people to pop on to find us. If you are on, just say good morning, say hi, where you're from. Just let us know that you're here. I appreciate that. So we can get started. Oh, let me share it first. I'm going to share it over to the Lollipop Papers group. Good morning, Janelle. Let's share it to my group, Lollipop Papers. This way it's there. I don't have to worry about later on just having to remember to go back there and make sure that it's there. So okay, so good morning everyone. I hope everyone's having a great week. It is very hot today here in southern New Jersey, and it's going to get hotter before it gets cooler. So we got the air conditioner cranked up. All right, so let's get some work, some business done first. Last week I had, for our prize patrol, I had the well-defined stamp set. Whoops, let me get rid of that. Okay, we don't need to hear that going off. The well-defined stamp set, that was my prize patrol for anyone who was nice enough to share my video. And the name it ended up pulling was Belinda. So I don't know if you're here yet, Belinda. Usually you show up. So Belinda Alanez, I pulled your name, and I'll be happy to get this well-defined stamp set off to you. It's so adorable. It's like the dictionary version, and I don't know, just like the definition for gratitude is the feeling in my heart when I think about you. So I love that. So I'll get that out to you probably after our bingo tomorrow night. This way I can get all my prizes out, and maybe you'll be one of our bingo winners. So, okay, that was for last week. This week for Prize Patrol, I have the, this is so cute, this Nuts About Squirrels stamp set. And it's a two-step stamps, and it's just a really cute little project, perfect for 3D projects or children's cards, or just happy cards. So good morning. So okay, so that is our prize patrol that I will get out to you, and also next week I will pick a name, which I just put a number in of what through the random number generator, and that's how I pick the name. But just make sure if you are sharing it to note it in the comments, because that's how I determine how many people did share, because I can't go by Facebook. They're not very nice about telling me who's sharing. So, okay, let me put the camera down, and I see we have a bunch of you here. Good morning, everyone. So good to see you. All right, I'm gonna put the camera down. No, doesn't want to go down today. All right, and I can get rid of that. And I'm just so happy to see everyone. Good morning. Yes, Belinda. Yeah, hopefully you'll be a winner tomorrow night. We have our Stampin' Bingo tomorrow night at 6, so I'm so excited about that too. All right, so let me show you what this product showcase is all about today. It is the Merriest Moments bundle on page 43. Let me show you the whole thing here. And really pretty stamps, images, sentiments, but what will blow you away is the fact that in this bundle, and I had to read it like 3 or 4 times because I was not convinced that you would get all of this in the bundle for only $54. I thought it was going to be like, an addition, because this embossing folder is the real deal here. I'll explain to you how that works in just a bit. So this is that's the page that it's on, page 43. This is what the actual stamp set looks like. This is they're calling this the hybrid embossing folder now, different from 3D, and I'll explain what that means. Look at all these beautiful dies that come with this bundle. And it was a little, not overwhelming, not, not too much to handle when you first open it up. Once you see what you can make of it, it's just beautiful. So what I'm going to do is just show you the different processes of how I used all of these, most of the dies and the embossing folder. And then I'll show you some of my samples that I had made yesterday. I just really went to town with it because there's so much that you can do with it. Okay, so let's first talk about the embossing folder. So it's called a hybrid. It is a 3D because it is thick like the other ones. But the reason they say that is because the dies fit inside the embossed images. So, or I should say the embossed images will fit right inside these dies here. So we're going to do that one. This one makes just a beautiful square rectangle for the sentiment, but it's going to fit perfectly right in there. Okay, so I'll show you how we're going to do that. And if you have any questions along the way, you just let me know. In addition to the stamped images that can get cropped out, you have, which I love, these little, just little flower dies that can just get cropped right out of the cardstock, which I think just adds a little extra something that, if instead of an embellishment or something like that. So let's do this first. First thing we're going to do, get this out of the way, is just emboss, because this alone will make just a beautiful card front. So now the only thing here is, and that's why I wanted to do it with you here, is that you have to kind of be sure that your rectangle is straight, because it will throw off the design. However, you really need to be sure that your paper is cropped to give you enough room on either side, unless you want to go into the embossed image. But to keep it off to the side, I just did this, I think I did this 5.5 by 4 1/4. So this is just the, let me just test that. It's the size of a card base. Yeah, so that will just be full on, right? If you don't want any kind of border showing. So I cropped it, I trimmed it the widest I could, just to be able to show you. Now, if I go here, I don't know if you can see this, if I go, which I normally line up my paper in the embossing folder with this line here to make sure, can you see, Stampin' Up! Has a line right there. But if I did do that, I'm gonna take off a little bit of the edge here, and I didn't really want to do that. So I'm going to go down and just make sure that I've got that last image, because I want that whole embossed image to show through. And so I'm checking up here, I'm checking on the sides, I'm good. And then I just want to make sure that I'm centered in the middle. Okay, so that moved a little bit on me, so let me just put this down, do it this way. So I'm using that line, but I'm going just a little bit below it. Okay, so let me run this through and we'll see. If the table shakes too much, I'll do it on the other side. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so there we have, pretty good, a beautiful embossed layer that you could literally just, which I did, I'll show you one of them, put on a card base, and you have your design. This was the little rectangle that came out of this stitched rectangle. This does fit perfectly in here. It looks great when you pop it up with some dimensionals, but you don't have to. You could just stamp right in there, okay? Let's put that aside. I just wanted to show you how that looks alone because it's stunning alone. Okay, so another card that I did that I'll show you was had the different layers. So I want to show you how you can use these dies for different layers to make it completely pop. Now the thing with this one is this is the largest die, so you really have to know, you have to be able to have your paper trimmed to the right size in order to get this, so you're not hanging over the edge. So this one again was 5.5 by 5 3/4 because I measured it out after I placed it here. I wanted to make sure to make enough of my I wanted the entire solid image to show through. So let me put this through the die cut machine. I got my big boss out. And I'm just going to send this through, blade side down, not up like I just showed you. And it's just going to fit in there. And it seems simple and it seems like boring, but wait till you see how this makes the other images pop. All right, so that's just the only thing that you need to know. And I will have these all on my blog tomorrow, I think. And I'll have the individual measurements to make this. Okay, so this looks kind of boring, looks kind of weird. So let's just jazz it up a little. So now I just took a piece of cherry cobbler, and now I want to take out the intricate die. And I'll show you what we're going to do here first. We're just going to crop it out first. So this one I trimmed at 5.5 by 4.5, just to maximize my paper and to make sure that I got the whole enchilada in there. So, oh, I have a piece of tape on my plate here. That's not good. All right, get rid of that. Okay, so let me just run this through carefully so that I have all of my edges right in there. Okay. Is it terrible? Can't tell if the table is shaking it that bad. Okay, so I'm just lifting this out. This comes out really nice, and you can see how easy that pops out. So let's see, I just need to pop out just a few of these guys. And what we're going to do now is to make this even more beautiful by sending it through the big boss again, but this time with the embossing folder. And I'll show you. This is where the hybrid part of it comes in, where you can take this exact image that you just cropped out and place it here, right over the embossed image, the embossed outline here for you, okay? So I just placed it right on top, closing it, and let me go back to my setup for embossing, which is just this, and my embossing plate. Okay, this should be the last time I'm shaking in the whole setup here. Okay, but I wanted to show you how beautiful this just pops out now. So now you can see, and I think you can, all of the embossed raised parts of the die. And I think I did it both ways. I think the first time I was playing with it, I used the embossing folder and then I cropped it out. But I like this better because it doesn't squish the actual raised layers. Okay, so let's go back to this image that we took, and it was just the embossed image. So like I said, you could use this totally on its own. It's gorgeous. Or, oh, which way am I going? Or place this on top here, and you have a stunning focal image. So what I would do here is just put adhesive on the back rectangle part, and then this way there's some movement here with these outside leaves. And look how pretty that is. And that can just go right onto a base, and here you have another beautiful card. And you can go back and take the rectangle, add that on there, and look how gorgeous that is. You have your sentiment on there, but at least you get to see this is going to be lifted up, so you see the embossed layer, and then you see the little starburst all around it, as opposed to just putting this, which I have done too, just putting it on a regular layer like that. Okay, so now let's bring out back this piece. And now look how pretty this is. I'm putting it right on. It makes it really pop. So if I didn't want to use this, I could use this on a different color. Let's say if I just use this one, a different color card base, and look how pretty that is. So, I mean, it's just gorgeous. I just love it. So, okay, so that is that one. So now what we can do is, and also you have to remember there's beautiful flowers and leaves and different things that you can put on there. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to use this one. All right, so let me just put some adhesive, and we'll just quickly put one of these together because I wanted to show you how beautiful the actual floral stamped images are. And so I'm just lining this up loosely, but I really just want my bottom, the bottom part to hang out there. I'm going to put this on. Well, let me stamp it first. So actually what I did do is I did stamp a few before. So I stamped this flower. Let me show you how I did this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it in the cherry cobbler, or I know cherry cobbler works well with pale pink, and I think I might do the pale pink. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so in this case, what I did was, for my other projects, I stamped the larger flower for 2 times. One of them I stamped off, so the lighter, so the middle image was a little lighter, and then I just layered them up on top. Isn't that a pretty flower? Okay, so let's do the same thing. I didn't do stamping off with this one because it is it's light enough. I didn't want to make it too light. All right, so let me put this one, and this one's going to go on here. Oh. All right, so I'm just going to make these a little bit off center so that they pop, and we can always add a little embellishment of some kind on there. So there you have this. So I have my my sentiment, and I have my my floral image here. Now also, so I would stamp this in probably I would do it in the pale pink. For some reason that's not sounding right. Huh, tell me if I'm saying that differently. I should know it by now, for Pete's sake. Okay, so that's just what I would do for this one. Maybe I would take a little bit of the, oh here, this will tell me. Petal pink, not pale pink. Ugh, it's pale papaya, but it's petal pink. So maybe I would just run this through here, just to give it a little something in the back to pick up the pale, the pink, not the pale, the pink. All right, so let's just do this. I won't go through the whole thing because I have others that I showed you that I can show you with each of the projects, each of the little processes that I just showed you how to do it. So let's just put this on. I can finish this up later. Let me make sure that it's straight. And I'm just trying to make it like, you know, have a little bit more color to it. So now I can put this on the base, and I try to go close to the edge when I'm doing, when I'm trying to adhere an embossed layer, because you just never know if it's gonna lift a little bit. Also, I mean, I think this does look beautiful. Now, so this is the one that's the full on. It's exactly the 5.5 by 4.25. So there's no margin on the outside, but you can certainly make that. The other thing is that without the ribbon, you can make this a vertical orientation card. So that's always a good thing to do, to have that option of doing it both ways. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my foam adhesive strip, sheet, I mean, put that right over my sentiment. Now, I'm not going to stamp the sentiment now, but you get the idea. And then, since this is already raised, I'm just going to put a little adhesive on here. And you can see how pretty that looks, right? All right, let me show you some of my samples that, oh good, I'm glad that you were wondering about it. I could too, I was too, because I was like, no way is that embossing folder going to come, you know, be included in that bundle with such beautiful dies. So I was very pleasantly surprised. This is a little crooked, but all right, I'll fix that. So let me show you some of my creations just using this, and I have more that I want to get to. So this one here, this I did with the real red, and let me see if I can get you a little closer. Okay, and the soft suede. So, and it's exactly what we just did here. I put the, I embossed the whole layer first, and then I die cut the red layer, and then I embossed it again, and then popped it on here. This one I did not use, I have to keep it 5.5 inches wide, but I do like a little bit of a border on top. This worked out fine, but sometimes I feel like you might be off a little bit, and I just like that little extra margin on the outside. So, but same thing here, same design, soft suede, and this came from these little cute little flower ones that I showed you before, right here. And I just cropped those right out of the soft suede and put those on there. So you wouldn't even need some embellishments. I added some of these wonderful gems, they're called, and I do love those. This is another one I did, super simple. This is how I started. This was my first one. Again, I gave it a full layer on top, just white embossing, basic white, and then just added this top layer, popped it up with some dimensionals, and stamped this in Blushing Bride. So same thing, you know, standard strength off, stamping off, and then standard. And the leaves are beautiful. They have such dimension to them, every one of them, that this is just like one of my favorites. And I love this sentiment because you can put that with anything. Here's another one, and I wanted to show you what this looked like when we did this, and it was a little boring, but I'll show you. This card here is where I used this as a backdrop to the soft succulent. So that really popped it up as far as being like a contrast to the DSP. So that's where that would come in handy. But then again, you could always take this, send it through the machine again. Which way am I going? No, I think it's this way. And you would emboss it right from there. See, it just fits perfectly right in there. Okay, so that would be something super simple to do too. Okay, so that was this one. So instead, I used the Evening Evergreen for the solid layer and popped the white embossed layer up on top of that. and look how striking that is. And it's very simple. I mean, just ran some ribbon, tied it with some linen twine, one stamp right in the center, and you're good to go. So that was another one. This was the one that I just showed you, where I used the solid image as the back instead of the top. But this, I did the same thing to the soft succulent. And here with this, I think this is cherry cobbler too. I just cropped out those little guys and made a little pretty flower. And this rhinestone, I believe, was from the holiday rhinestones, which I believe are still available. I think they came back, so from last year. So my last one here, and stay tuned because I have another idea of what I want to do, which I'll tell you in a sec. But so this one, I popped it up on some DSP too. Both of these are coming from the Tidings of Christmas DSP pack. That's the 6x6 pack that was already in the annual catalog. So that was a really nice surprise to have such a pretty Christmas set. And also this was one of those that were on sale for the DSP sales. So I hope that you all were able to get that. So again, my favorite color, soft succulent, and I just did the same thing, cropped it, embossed it, and then popped this up. This is one of the in color ribbons. And for this one, there is a cute little background stamp here, and I just jazzed it up a little with that. So that is that. These are, I mean, I did these in just a few hours yesterday. I just kept coming up with ideas like, oh, maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that. So so I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you give it a try. This, so my next project, what I really want to get to this week, is to take this image and see how it would look with using blends markers or watercolor. So that's what I might do. I might just pick up a little bit of ink and just do some coloring around that, and I'll show you how that looks next time. So that's my project. That's my my go-to. What my plan is after we get through our bingo tomorrow too. Before I bring you back up, let me show you how my jar, my ice cream, my summer scoop jar is like filling to the rim. And I haven't even put in, I don't know if you're going to be able to see your name here, but I haven't even been able to put in the August online class yet because it is not done yet. So I'll wait until Sunday before I do that. But you can see all of your names of my happy customers are on here, and I have 5. We're going to keep this jar going until after Labor Day, which I can't believe is happening soon. But we are going to, I have 5 brand new products from the new catalog that I want to give away, and I will be doing that. So just as a reminder, any $50 order gets your name on one of these little summer scoops, and oh, these must be my extras. And then it gets added to the jar, and then every online entry gets added on also. So that I'll show you that next week too, because it's building. And also with that $50, you're getting a summer scoop and you're getting a celebration item. So hopefully you're enjoying that. Does anyone have any special or favorite celebration items that they are looking to gather? I did want to show you. I had oh, can't find it. I had a stamp set that you can get for free. I think it's called In Your Words, and it is I'll bring you back up here. So it's a celebration hostess reward, a special, an additional hostess reward item that you can get. So so you can go to when you're placing your order, if it's a $300 order, you get your 6 celebration rewards, and then you also get for $300 you get this extra stamp set, which is just beautiful, all different kinds of fonts and sentiments and in different fonts, and you can get to use them all year long. So it's a great deal. So if you have a few things that are adding up, definitely if you can hold it off and get it up to 300, then you get your host rewards, your regular free items, at least 10 to 12% of that, and you get your celebration items, and now you're going to get the extra fancy dancy stamp set. So I think that's it, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. I can only see some of the comments, but I am glad to have spent some time with you this morning and to show you this beautiful new surprise bundle. It was a surprise to me how much I was going to enjoy it. So I hope you do too. All right, if you have any questions, just let me know. I thank you in advance for sharing, and I will see you back here next week. If not sooner, I might pop on with some more projects from this set. All right, have a great day. Stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.